Welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play for March 15, 2019. In this one, going to be talking about this Atlantic 10 matchup between Rhode Island and VCU and give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread. VCU coming in as favorites here, giving about 7.5 points. If you're interested in getting all of our college basketball picks for today's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. So if we take a look at these two teams, Rhode Island 17-14 overall. Clearly not the same level of threat that Rhode Island has been in recent years. Their head coach moved on. They had a number of veteran pieces that are no longer on this squad. And as a result, they've fallen back into that middle tier of the Atlantic 10, 17-14 overall, 9-9 within league action. We take a look at what the Rams have done more recently. And when I say Rams, I'm talking about Rhode Island. It's very confusing when we have conferences like this where there's multiple teams that have the same mascot, but you can get that when leagues shift around every now and then. So Rhode Island, recent wins, actually they're on a 5-game winning streak, which has been much different from where we were seeing Rhode Island prior to that, where they were on a 5-game losing streak, very up and down over the past month or so of action. But during this 5-game winning streak, taking down what you'd consider maybe some of the more manageable teams within conference play, but also a nice win on the road against Dayton, probably the standout result during this stretch. Also a very competitive win on the road against St. Joe's, a blowout win over George Washington, and then over more recently, taking down LaSalle by a final of 76-57, so a really nice result there, as well as a very convincing 94-75 win over UMass. But now they get a step up in competition here, taking on VCU. And if we take a look at the last matchup that these two teams had, Rhode Island going on the road against VCU, and it was an embarrassment. The Rams, they could just not figure out VCU's defense as they only put up 42 points in what turned into a 42-76 defeat for Rhode Island. Now, VCU, they have been the class of the A10 this year, along with Davidson, but VCU even one step higher than that at 16-2 overall within conference play, 25-6 in terms of their overall record. And VCU probably getting into the NCAA tournament as an at-large, even if they aren't able to go on and win the A10 tournament. But I don't think this group is going to give up anything for granted. And the Rams, VCU Rams, they've been really hot over the past month of action, just loading up with victories. In their last outing, another win, taking down St. Joe's by double digits, a final of 75-63. And one game prior to that, just a remarkable victory for VCU. And we see these kind of results with VCU every now and then within A10 play as they completely dominated George Mason on the road, leveraging their defensive strengths again, winning that one by a final of 71-36. So VCU, in terms of their numbers, positive 10 on the point differential in comparison to Rhode Island, who's around positive 1 to 2 points. So a relatively fair spread here with VCU coming in as 7.5 point favorites. But just the fact that the last two times these teams met up, VCU completely dominated Rhode Island. We see that having a mental edge coming to this one as well as their defensive advantages. We feel like VCU is going to be the better value bet to go on and win this one and cover a moderate 7.5 point spread. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. Again, you can check out all of our college basketball picks over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for our next video.